with Sting, Sting had a problem with me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, Scorpio, come on, man. You can't be wearing a Scorpio on your tights. You know, that's my gimmick. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, yo, man, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I put 2 on mine and 2 cold. You know what I'm saying? No, but the Scorpio is mine and shit. You know what I'm saying? So finally, you know, I'm like, hey, motherfucker, I've been Scorpio way before you goddamn Sting and shit. It's because you down in WCW, you made a name. You know, but Sting, I thought he was a hell of a worker, man. He wasn't shit when he first came in there, but he had learned over the years and stuff, progressed and working with Vader, man. They had some hellified fucking matches. You know what I'm saying? That little hoot, that little howl and shit, people got behind him. He had a good body, man, and he could work a little bit, man. Sting was a good kid, but the only problem is he had a little problem with me. You know, if he still have a problem with me, or later on if he had a problem with me or whatever, but I think, you know, after me and him talked and we kind of hashed things, I don't really think it was that much of a problem or that much of a deal. He mentioned it, said something about it, we talked about it. You know, and basically that's when I went to writing Tuco Scorpio and, you know, took it off because trying to show him respect, being one of the vets in the business, you know what I'm saying? But
early memories of working Muta.
Brother, shit, lovely, fucking great. I mean, a motherfucker that is so smooth, a motherfucker that is just so quick. I mean, man, it was like an experience in itself, man. I just enjoy working with him in the States, over in Japan. I learned a lot from Muta. Muta's a really good guy and stuff, man. And he showed me timing and selling technique a lot over in Japan and went to deliver something and stuff. So for me, man, it was a great pleasure to work with Muta and to study from him.
How about early matches with Brian Pillman? You talked about him a little bit before.
Man, you know, like I said, man, after Brian Pillman, after, you know, a month, 2 months went by and he finally said hi, you know what I'm saying? You know, basically, it was Steve Austin that I always worked with. You know, it was me, Steve Austin, it was fucking Pillman and Bagwell most of the time that was in the ring and stuff, unless it was heat on me. Then, you know, of course, you know, Brian would always want to come in and get some heat because that was about the only time he was going to get something, because any other time he was too scared to get anything. And as far as Brian Pillman, I don't want to go no more father hangers. I ain't trying to diss nobody and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He passed away. We had our bad blood. You know. Nevertheless, rest in peace.
How about Raven? Memories of working with Raven.
You mean Scotty the Body? Scotty Flamingo with the old shitty fucking cross body dive on the fucking top rope? The drizzling fucking shitnits. Now, Scotty himself, outside in the fucking club, when I had first met him, shit, man, I thought Scotty was cool. You know, I worked him and shit like that, man. We had a fairly good match, decent match, man. But, you know, I thought Scotty was just basically the shits, you know what I'm saying? I thought he had a gimmick. And Scotty straight up tell you, man, hey, I'm the shits, man, but, you know, it's a gimmick. You know, he knew how to work the gimmick, and for whatever reason that he was still in the business or whatever he did to get to where he was at in the business, God bless him.
Early thoughts on Paul Heyman when you first met him?
Paul Heyman, when I first met him. And when Paul Heyman, when I first met him, I thought he was just another motherfucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? I thought, look at this motherfucker out here all the time want to fight with the bitches and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? It was just like, Paul Heyman. You know, it's like, fuck, okay, he's just another one of the guys over there that, you know, that didn't mean shit at the given point in time, so.
We'll get into him later on when he basically was your boss in ECW. Were any guys ever hesitant to work your style? And was there any heat from any of the veterans, like, you know, for showing them up with your style?
As far as where?
In WCW. Guys say tone it down, you guys, you know, you're outshining us.
I don't know if guys so much said anything to me. They've always tried to slow you down and to hold you back. But I learned way back when I was in the business from Colonel De Beers, you know, Ed Miskowski, he told me, he said, look, he goes, you go out there and you keep doing what you're doing. He goes, if you're the first match or you're the second match, you keep throwing them damn drop kicks, you keep flip-flopping and flying. And he goes, now those guys over there who vets, if they can't follow you, that's their problem. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is I'm going to go out here and work. And I'm going to try to have the goddamn best match I can. If I go out here and I rock the goddamn house and it's a damn good match, shit, I want to come on back, take the road map, shit, whoom, sling it at the vets and say, yo, motherfucker, follow that.
Early memories of your matches with Chris Benoit in WCW.
Man, Chris Benoit. Man, me and Chris Benoit got that chemistry from New Japan. I think Chris Benoit and me is one of those type of guys that we don't even have to say nothing to each other. we could go out there and work and have a bad match to us, which we would think would be a bad match, and everybody out there would think it was a good match. But then yet we can go out there and have a great match, and everybody think it was just a super fantastic match because we had that chemistry. Chris was a strong, stocky style, and he worked that New Japan style, probably one of the best that I've seen besides Eddie Guerrero and Dean Malenko. But Chris's style, man, was just phenomenal. His style and my style very much complemented each other very much as well, except for Chris didn't do all the flips that I've done. But as far as everything else, man, it was great, man.
Was there any heat, I guess, from management to ever stop doing the New Japan tours? Did they want you full time?
Basically, I got heat when I beat the shit out of Hawk over there in North Korea.
I want to talk about that too.
Basically, that's when I got heat with New Japan and stopped doing so many tours. At that given point in time, that's when Bischoff and Flair and those guys was kind of in the office, and they was all starting to work with New Japan. They was trying to blackmail me from keeping me from going to Japan because when I came in, I've always kept that on my contract, and no matter what, I could always go to Japan.
What happened with Road Warrior Hawk? That's a big story.
Well, it's a big story if you ain't never heard about it. Somebody who's passed away, I really hate to kick up dirt on him. Just to give you a quick rundown on what really happened, what went down. Basically, is we got over there, tour started. Flair was coming in for the big show. We was all going over there for Korea. I told the office, I told Tori, I says, I got problems with Flair right now. He's the motherfucker who set me up in WCW. He's the one who got me fired. When he gets over here, I'm going to beat his motherfucking ass. All right, I went to the office. I told Hattori's son. Hattori's son, the office in Mizal, and the big guy said, please, whatever you do, don't do nothing over here to Flair. He goes, when you get back home, you get to the States, whatever problems you guys had, please take care of it there, not here. So I told these guys, okay, as long as he don't come up to me, he don't come up.
Road Warrior Hawk. We were talking about that story in the middle of it.
Okay, yeah, middle of Road Warrior Hawk. Actually and stuff, man, we was over there, everybody ran out of gimmicks. That was pretty much the bottom line of it and stuff. We was traveling, he was up there kissing ass like he always do, up there patting on the guys. Me, shit, I ain't afraid of the motherfucker. Hey, everybody else, hey, look at Hawk up there kissing ass. Me, hey, look at Hawk up there kissing ass. You know, turn around, said something underneath his breath, fuck you, nigga. I said, okay, but shit's on now. So later on, we come back in there the next day. I let the shit slide. We going by. Next day, Ric Flair standing up in the door, you know, doing the old Ric Flair thing, checking the Rolex, old brushing the old hair and shit. You know what I'm saying? He been rolling around in Mercedes-Benz. Hawk been riding around with him. Everybody else, we all on the bus. You know, the boys, we riding on the boys, sticking with the boys and shit. They want to be big time, so they rolling around in the Mercedes and shit. So this one day, Flair's out there kind of looking around. And Hawk goes, hey, man, Hawk, he's out there like he's looking for somebody. I was like, hey, man, fuck that pussy, man. Let him ride by himself. Hawk said, what'd you say? I said, fuck that pussy, let him ride by himself. Well, came back there, took a swing, started swinging it there. Told that motherfucker for every punch he throw, I'm going to hit him 3 times. So for every punch he threw, I hit that motherfucker about 3 times. So I tagged that motherfucker about 20 times. Shit, try to pull his eye out. You know what I'm saying? Just broke him all down, you know. We got up to the place, man. We over there on a peace treaty thing. So I try to tell everybody, I apologize to everybody. I try to tell Hawk, yo, Hawk, man, this ain't the place for this. He's like, nah, man, get away from me, and blah, 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 blah. He turns around, man, does a 180, man, hits me as hard as he can. Bam, nothing. I was like, boy, that's all you got? Oh, your ass is in trouble, motherfucker. I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass if that's the hardest you could hit. You know what I'm saying? And after that, man, shit, before you know it, he was hashing out things and shit. We got it all kind of cleaned up. Shit, before he know it though, man, shit, I had 2 steel shanks, chopsticks taped together, sharpened on the ledge, carried the motherfuckers with me every day because I was gonna shank him. You know what I'm saying? But hey, guys over there kept saying, man, ain't no need for that, man. Just drop it, let it go. So I dropped it, let it go. All I can say now is done. It's over with. That was then. This is now. Rest in peace.
Memories of Barry Windham matches.
Barry Windham matches, man. That was really great, man. I was over in Japan on a tour. I had just flew in, got off of a flight, went right to the arena. Had about 4 or 5 hours, got there. Shit, Barry was doing his thing. Shit, I was doing my thing. Shit, next thing you know, we had about 20 minutes before we zoned. Barry came up to me. He's like, what you like to do? I said, blah, 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 blah. I said, what you like to do? He said, blah, 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 blah. He said, all right, get with you later. Shit, 3 minutes before we was going out, boom, we shot it, ran down, and went out. And I think it was one of the greatest, probably best matches that I probably ever had. And for me, it was a pleasure to work with Barry Windham at that time and stuff. So
Tom Zink?
Tom